Mrs. L in the school canteen decided to make a gingerbread man. She mixed the dough, she rolled the dough, and then she cut out a shape of a little man.
She used Smarties for the buttons and mini M&Ms for the eyes. It was the best looking gingerbread man ever. She put him on a tray in the hot oven and closed the door.
When the oven timer rang, she put on her oven mitts and opened the door. To her surprise, the gingerbread man jumped off the tray, climbed up to the window, and ran away.
Mrs. L was amazed that gingerbread man could come to life. She said, "Oh no, what are the kids going to eat at recess time? I need to catch him," he said.
Run as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man.
Miss B was walking to the office when she spotted tiny flowery footprints on the veranda. She said, "Who could have made this mess?" She decided to follow them, and so that they led to the staff room. She spotted the gingerbread man dancing on the bench top, and her tummy started to rumble.
She called, "Come over here, gingerbread man. I want to eat you." The gingerbread man turned around and saw Miss B reaching for him and Miss L racing through the door. So he sang,
Run as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man.
Meanwhile, Miss S was teaching her class some maths. She heard pitter-patter on the veranda outside, and she went to have a look.
She stopped the gingerbread man running across the benches and said to him, "Yummy, teaching is hard work. I need something to eat. You'll be perfect." The gingerbread man just giggled and laughed.
Run as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man.
After a while, the gingerbread man got tired and needed a rest. He saw an open door nearby, and he snuck inside. However, he didn't realize that it was the school office. Mrs. W was busy typing a letter. She saw something moving in the corner of her eye and thought it was a mouse. She screamed and jumped up on the chair. Then she realized that the mouse was made out of gingerbread, had Smarties for the buttons, M&Ms for the eyes, was shaped like a little man and smelled absolutely delicious. She said, "Hang on, you're not a mouse, you're a gingerbread man." She jumped off the chair and said, "Stop, I want a snack." The gingerbread man only yelled,
Run as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man.
By now, Miss L, Mrs. B and Mrs. S had realized where the gingerbread man was. They hurried into the office, all talking at once. Mrs. M, the principal, was at her desk trying to fill out forms when she heard all the noise.
Before she could even stand up, the gingerbread man jumped up onto her desk. She gasped in surprise and said, "Great, I was getting hungry. Stay still so I could eat you, little gingerbread man."
The gingerbread man sobbed and said, "I don't want to be eaten. I just want to learn how to read." Everyone was very surprised. Mrs. M said, "Don't worry, I won't let anybody eat you. Come with me to year 2. They're excellent readers, and I'm sure they won't mind you joining their class, so you can learn with them."
Mrs. M took the very happy gingerbread man to the Year 2 classroom and introduced him to the children, cheering, and said they would be very happy to have him in their class. They all wanted to sit next to him.
They even made him a gingerbread house to live in. Everyone lived happily ever after, and in return for teaching him to read, the gingerbread man taught the class how to run very, very fast.
The